What I'm planning on doing is making about a 4-inch spacer to go in here, set them wheels out a little farther. That might be a mistake, I don't know, but I'm going to try it and see what happens, I guess. I got some of the material started in here. We'll go in here and take a look. Started out with 6-inch, roughly 6-inch square sheets of this, or pads of this 3/8, and I tried to cut that with a plasma cutter, but it wasn't wanting to have anything to do with that thick stuff. I don't know why. It usually does, but I don't know. Maybe there's water in the lines. I don't know what it is. Nonetheless, it's got a 1/4-inch hole inside there, so I went and got a 1/4-inch bolt, put a nut on here and tightened it down. Got it reasonably. It don't look square, but it's pretty close. Then I went ahead and run this up, put a little hole in there, and put this up against it so that if it takes an ocean to fly out, it may not fly out. So that's what we're doing right now. I'll give her a few tries here. Don't want to bore you too much. So it's a slow deal. Well, I got that set up because we're running that screw as slow as we can. But I don't do any thread at this point. And that thing sure does throw a little hot chip at us. And it takes a period of time to get across there, make that whole run. But like I say, it looks awful wobbly, but those things are not cut. I finally went up cutting them with the angle grinder near as I could to circle. So the center part don't look like it's running through that nut in there. But this outside, naturally, it's all messed up. So hopefully it'll square out. Well, that's good enough for right now. What we got to do here is maybe cut just a little deeper in here and bring this on out this little ring out here to make that right to fit inside on the actual hub of that tractor. So we'll get back at it here in a minute. The reason for this center being up here, and it's not actually touching, but that was to align the this as nearly as possible. It looks like it might be just a touch low here. I don't know if we can tighten it up just enough to bring it in. It's close enough for what we're doing here, though. It's not important. So anyway, after that, we don't really need this tailstock back against there. But that was just to align this thing. All right. As usual, I neglected to have the camera on when I was doing this. Anyway, a friend of mine loaned me this set of, I don't know if you call them center finders or what. They've got a little sharp punch right in there. You find one that's the right size of the hole, which is, I don't know if it's this one or one side littler. Oh, maybe two sides littler, I don't know. Anyway, that's a littler yet. Boy, that might not very big. Okay, now that one. That goes in there. Then you put your metal piece. Let me get one off of here. Okay. The way I did that is I bolted this from the back side in and tightened it securely. Then punched those little punch things in. Now I've got a couple of holes, different size holes. I got to go bigger yet. But that's going to be part of the, and of course it'll go on this other way, because this goes over the flange in the on the axle. So that's where we are so far. I say I should have showed you using these little punches, but it's very simple. You just find the right hole, and the other thing's fixed securely on the back, and that little sharp point on there makes a indentation in there, and then you can just put your center drill in, start your little hole, then go through with the regular drills in the process. All right, well, like I say, I should have showed how I did it, but I didn't. So if you guys are mechanically inclined, you already know how that works. So, and maybe we'll see more of what's going on. I got the holes drilled partially here. We're going to go with a bigger drill bit, and this one's, and I might be able to see if I can find a little smaller drill bit, because this one I think is a tad bigger than the bolt, and I really don't. I'd really rather it be exactly. I think what I'll do is I'll drill a practice hole in something with this, and then I'll see how the bolt fits. And otherwise, I guess I could measure. I'm not good at measuring. All right, let's see what we got later on. All right, there's a little practice hole, and it's a little bit loose. I don't know if I got a little bit smaller drill or not. I'll see. I mean, we can use it if we have to, but I'll try that something. I couldn't use them punches on this because the smallest punch is too big for this hole. So it's okay, it's fine to try the wheel, they were just right, but not for this. Anyway, what I did was, I just bolted the first one I made off of there. I bolted it down to here and then run it over to the drill press and went ahead and punched a starter hole in that with a big bit, the one that actually fits this, but I don't want to, well, in other words, I'm going to make a smaller hole so it'll make it easier on the drill bits, and so I think that'll work out better. Then I bought that set of, what they call them, well, that red box, well, you can't see it. It's supposed to be a bearing puller. Well, that was 56 bucks shot, or 60, what it was, because it doesn't work pulling the bearings out of them Subarus. I've changed several bearings in them Subarus before, and always got to take it, the knuckle, or what do they call it, off, and take it down to my press and press it out. So maybe these things work for shims or something, I don't know, you know. I mean, it might work it works kind of good for this. It's about the right size for this thing. So, nonetheless, I'm going to take this off, and I'll go ahead and I'm going to take the drill, or take this off. I'm going to go over to the drill press, go ahead and poke holes in that again, proper size. The ones that fits this. This is pretty much just as best you can get, the best I can get. I don't want them real sloppy, you know. All right, we'll get back later. I know this is kind of boring what we're doing right now. Well, I thought I had everything right, but one hole is off, so I had to fill that back in. It ain't a very pretty job, but then I got to re-drill that one. I want to make sure and mount that good in the wheel here first before I do this again. I really don't like having to lick my calf over all the time. That just gets kind of old. So I know it's getting kind of chilly out here. I might go in the house shortly, but I might go ahead and see if I can center that thing up and drill it again. All right, we'll see that later. Okay, getting this centerpiece exactly centered in here had been a real bear for me. Finally, what I did is I made this, basically looks like a gasket, and the holes are matched perfectly with this, and then the hole in the center is tight on this, and I pushed it down, lined the holes all up, and then I clamped it with this long bolt through there. And what my intentions is, probably tomorrow, if it's not bad weather, which is supposed to be good, I'm going to, tack weld in a few spots here, and then I'll take my cardboard off so I don't burn it up. Finish going ahead and welding that, maybe put some gussets in here, a little extra strength, but that's the only thing I could come up with, because this is not perfectly round here at all, obviously. I couldn't cut up my plasma cutter for whatever reason. I don't know if it had water in it or the tip's bad or what, but usually it'll cut that thicker stuff. It didn't very well this time. So anyway, that's where we are. I've got this like that, and same distance between all the holes in this. So I'm thinking that'll work. I hope so. But we shall see in the future. I've been having one heck of a time trying to make sure that this thing don't go lop-legged like that when the wheel wobble. And apparently I didn't get my center hole perfect. If I had it, that would have been pretty much easy to fix. But now then I got this concoction rigged up here, and I think that might work. I got a big center bolt through hole in it, and these are lining up the holes pretty close. May not be perfect, but darn close to it. I guess if this is lined up perfect, then it don't make much difference if this is perfect or not in here. So we're going to give it the old college try here and just see what happens. It's taking me entirely too long on this process, I'll tell you. So I'm gonna. I took back them 7018 rods back to Harbor Freight. I used 2 of them out there. I could not get them things to burn with this welder. I guess because I hadn't run such high amperage, I kept tripping my motor breaker up there. I took them back and I told him, well, I used 2 of them, but I tried to use 2 of them, didn't work. He said, okay. go back and get you some 6011s. I said, all right, you got them. I'll be glad to do that. So that works out fine for me. These things I can weld them. I guess because I've been used to them. I don't know. I'm not perfect at welding, obviously, but as long as we get it going. All right, that's enough gabbing for now. Let me get back to the process here. Alrighty, got my wheel axle extensions done. I don't know if they'll work or not, but we're not going to try it tonight because it's getting late and getting cold, and so I don't know what it's going to be like tomorrow or next day. But anyway, that's what we got so far, and I don't know how they're supposed to. This tube about 6 or 4 inches, so it probably wind up being 4.5 or something like that. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care.